for the Dogs.
You know what?
And it'll be Ajaboye at 6'8" in the center circle for Tennessee Tech.
Scott, that Ty Lawrence is a good-sized kid across his shoulders. He is a well-built young man.
Dogs win the opening tap, and we have possession, and we are underway here in Athens tonight. Georgia works down to the front court to our right from our vantage point. Lawrence with a couple of dribbles on the wing to Kane, a high lob beyond the three-point line to Godfrey. Send it inside, down low, left block to Asa Newell. One dribble to the basket, banks it home for the first two of the ball game.
Well, he's picking up right where he left off. He put on a display in the second half against Central Florida. Young guy that is just so talented, it's scary.
19 points, 7 rebounds against the Knights the other night in that exhibition game. There's a three by Tennessee Tech. Kyle Layton, a three from the right slot for their first points of the game. So Tennessee Tech with a 3-2 lead. Dogs with their second possession of the game. Lawrence head of the key. One hands it to Demery on the right side. Drops it inside the arc to Godfrey. He goes cross court to Kane. Attacks from the left angle. Driving in. Runs right over the top of a player who's going to be called for a charge, I believe. The basket banked home, and they'll count it. And it'll be a block call. It was not a charge. It will be a blocking foul on Tennessee Tech, and that'll send Kane to the free throw line.
Yeah, I have a feeling he was set up inside the circle, the protected area.
Yeah, the officials are trying to get up some of the moisture on the floor right there, and it was right on that, right on the line of the restricted arc in the lane there. So Kane with a three-point play opportunity. Georgia 4 and Tennessee Tech 3. And Kane to the line. 66% last year for the right-handed shooter. That first free throw is up and good. Dogs 5. Eagles 3.
And we need to shoot. Our women's team played that earlier game. Scott, as you were mentioning, they were like 25 out of 28 at the free throw line.
That's impressive stuff.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Tennessee Tech for 3. They hit another one. This time that was Makai Cameron, a 6'4" guard from Atlanta, who gives Tennessee Tech the lead. There's a steal by the Golden Eagles in front court. Now they have the ball on the left end of the floor. Jackson tries to drive on the baseline around Demery, and Silas commits a foul as he tried to drive around it. So the first foul on Demery. Won't be a shooting situation. And Tennessee Tech will inbound the basketball to the left of the basket. Along the baseline, throw it to the left wing. Here's Cameron dribbling above the arc. They'll lob it to the big man. Kick it back out on a bounce for a 3. Airballed. It may have just barely nicked the iron, but it trickles out of bounds on the bounce. Johnson missed the 3. And it'll be Georgia basketball. 6-5 Tennessee Tech on the strength of a couple of threes with the early lead. Asa Newell, the left-hander, with a 3 from straight on. That's no good. Georgia gets an offensive rebound. Kane got it in the corner as the ball went right off the iron and right into the left corner. Lawrence on the drive through the paint. Kick out to Kane for a fadeaway 3. That won't go. We pick up another offensive rebound. Demery over to Kane. He misses again from the same spot. Newell fights for the rebound at the foul line. A whistle blows. Asa goes down on one knee. May have gotten a hand in the face. But they call Georgia for a pushing foul. And it'll be Tennessee Tech's basketball.
Who did they call the foul on?
It may have been on Silas.
Well, if it is, that's his second.
That is correct. It's number 2 on Demery.
Oh. Well, that's one of the things. Silas, he likes to battle for rebounds, so he's going to be at risk to pick up fouls like that.
3 by Tennessee Tech. No good. Straight on. That was Layton, who's got 1. Now he's missed 1. And Georgia rebounds that miss. Dogs with the ball. Dakota LaFew has checked in for Demery. Kane with a dribble for the Dogs to the foul line, now in the paint, picks up the dribble, spin move, drops it off on the jump down to Newell, who is right under the basket. Newell with a pump fake, and then he goes up softly and lays it up and in.
Blue kind of got caught with nowhere to go. He just sort of dropped the ball, but Asa, very smart, just picked it up real quickly, spun and dunked it.
A little more than 3 minutes gone. Georgia with a 1-point lead, 7-6. Tennessee Tech works inside. Ajiboye with a spin move jump hook that's no good, off the rim, out of bounds. It'll be Georgia basketball. Ajiboye is 6'8" and 210. He's the biggest guy on the floor for them right now. A transfer. He's played at a couple of schools, at Valparaiso and then Central Michigan, where he transferred from most recently. Dogs possession. We lead by 1. Godfrey on the baseline, trying to muscle his way into the paint from the left side. They call him for a charge.
Well, that was a little too obvious. Randall was bumping, which, you can get away with. A lot of times you'll pick up the foul on your opponent, but that was just a little too obvious. He laid it like one of his dad's blocks,
Maybe that's where he got it from.
That's probably where he got that one from. That's not going to work here.
Godfrey is a well-built basketball player.
Yes, he is, and a hustler.
He's quite firm. Now there's a charge, offensive foul on Tennessee Tech. But they give it right back. I think that one, they called that one on Ajiboye, their big guy. That monitor's not working, by the way.
No, it looks a lot like this monitor over there.
Neither is mine. Have to use the big scoreboard overhead. LeFew puts it on the floor, hesitates, now drives all the way to the basket. It was wide open. He one-hands it up and hangs on the rim and falls around good. Thought it was going to fall off the other side, but it hung on the left side of the iron and rolled back around to the front and fell through for Dakota LeFew, his first points as a Georgia Bulldog. Transfer from Mount St. Mary's. He's a graduate transfer from Hampton, Georgia. Dogs with a 9-6 lead, and Tennessee Tech turns it over. Asa picks it up on the bounce. Will take it coast to coast and dunk it with 2 hands on the right end.
Crossover dribble just left the defender wide open. He went to the bucket.
11-6, Georgia plus 5 with 15:22 and the clock moving here in the opener. Ajiboye with the handoff to one of their guards who just exploded to the basket. Little Jalen Johnson. I say little, he's 6 feet tall, but he looks small out there on the floor tonight. He got all the way to the basket and laid it up. Dogs quickly on the offensive end and working. Newell holds it high for a moment, feeds LeFew back behind him above the three-point line. Dakota give and go to Newell, almost traveled, stops, spins, jump hook, left hand, rolls off the back rim, no good. Golden Eagles basketball. They pull up for a 3 on the left end, good. Makai Cameron, boy, he's stroking it now. That's his second three-pointer tonight. 11-11, Georgia and Tennessee Tech here in the first 5.5 minutes. LeFew to Godfrey, top of the key between the circles, goes back to Dakota, launches a 3. It's good from the left slot. Dakota LeFew with a 3-point basket brought to you by Scana Energy. Now a long pass by Tennessee Tech, got behind the defense. They missed a reverse lay-in. Ajiboye missed a wide open shot. Georgia takes advantage, gets down on the offensive end, missed a 3 from the right corner. Asa Newell works with the rebound, spins and scores from the block over traffic. And a timeout, John Pelfrey and Tennessee Tech. This will turn in to the media timeout. Guards. They inbound it, and we work full court pressure back on the right end of the floor on the throw-in. Tennessee Tech, after a couple of passes in the backcourt, will get it across the timeline with Daniel Agbunawe, the transfer from Arkansas Little Rock. They skip it into the big guy at 7'2". He's a transfer from Mercer. He's working against Somto. Bank shot. He bricks it off the right edge of the backboard and down to Georgia. I don't think that got any rim. Here's LeFew. Right elbow jumper, just a little bit short. Thinks the iron falls straight down to Tennessee Tech. They'll run the floor from right to left. Georgia by 5, 16-11. Largest lead for either side so far. We've played a little more than 6.5 minutes. Late fakes the 3, drives inside, returns it back above the arc. Johnson, one dribble, sends it right. There's a 3 from the right side. That won't go by Agbunawe. Rebound for Georgia. LeFew one-hands it up into the front court to Lawrence. He'll return it to Dakota. Drops it inside the arc to Newell. He pivots to face up, fakes the interior pass to Dylan James, who was slashing through the paint. Newell's going to take it himself right down the left side of the lane, and reaching layup, Chuck, good.
Georgia runs that little screen and roll, that little pick and roll, as well as any team you'll see, and it always involves Asa Newell. He is very smooth.
Oh, Lawrence almost got a steal. He was off and running, but lost it right back to Tennessee Tech. And they failed to score in the paint, leave it off the rim. Rebound, Dylan James. Long lead pass into the front court right. Chased down and saved by Tyron Lawrence. They get it back to Newell. He tries a three, and he just misses it from the right slot. And it's going to bounce out of bounds and be Tennessee Tech's basketball. It just went right in front of the rim, so he airballed it. It caught the net. He's a very soft shooter. He's not a very aggressive guy.
Puts a lot of arc on the ball, too.
Yeah, it's a good-looking shot. That one was just short. Tennessee Tech making some substitutions. Mike White's going to get Silas Demery back in the game with 2 fouls. He picked up 2 quick ones, but Silas, wearing a new number this season, number 5 after wearing 4 in his freshman year. He's back on the floor. You got to be careful. They don't want to pick up that 3rd foul here in the first half. Tennessee Tech basketball. Newell almost. He had a lot of contact on that drive by Tennessee Tech's Rodney Johnson, but there was no whistle. They missed a running layup. Georgia has it back. Demery to try a 3 on the left side, but the whistle blows down along the baseline, and that's going to be a foul on Somto. Somto Cyril. 6'11", 260 from Nigeria. Originally signed with Kentucky. But after John Calipari departed for Arkansas, he was available to be re-recruited. And he ends up at the University of Georgia. And the Bulldogs are certainly glad to have it. He picked up a foul there. Dogs will play defense, leading by 7 points. It's 18-11. Dogs in front. Golden Eagles with a basketball. They're in purple tonight. The Dogs are in white. Ajiboye nowhere to go against Abson.
No,
had to throw it back out above the arc. They take an off-balance 3 with the clock running down. That's no good. Get an offensive rebound. Kane had it but fell down, and Rodney Johnson able to pick it up for the visiting team and lay it back up and in.
When an offensive player gets the ball underneath and Abson's on him, and you're just spinning, looking, that's just a shot waiting to be blocked.
Because that's what he does so well. You're right. That's what he was waiting to do. It's like, if you're going to put it up, it's coming right back to you. 11:10 to go, first half. And Georgia with a 5-point lead, 18-13. Demery going to dribble it right in front of the Tennessee Tech bench in the right corner. He was double-teamed, and he got fouled and pushed out of bounds. So the Golden Eagles whistled for a foul. That'll stop play with the under-12 timeout with 11:06 to go here in half number 1. Timeout at Stegman Coliseum on opening night. Georgia 18, Tennessee 10.
Get the kind of payoff that we were getting in those 2 games where we just sort of rolled over Charlotte and UCF.
Tennessee Tech 3 for 7 on threes. The Dogs just 1 for 6 to start the game. We attack inside on the out-of-bounds play with Demery. And he was challenged on that shot. Missed a running layup, slashing through the lane. Whoa. Rebound to Tennessee Tech, and they throw it right into the bench on the left end of the floor. Ola Ajiboye just whizzed one right into one of our assistant coaches. I hope he was looking, because that basketball came flying in at a high rate of speed. They turn it over. Dogs will have it with 10:50 on the clock here in half number 1 on opening night in Athens. Demery into the front court, left to right. The sophomore from Raleigh, couple of dribbles, returns it to Abson. They go into the corner to Dylan James. He can't drive baseline. They send it back up the wing. Somto with a screen. Demery gives him the ball at the foul line. 2 dribbles to his left, a one-handed drop off to Dylan James. He finds
nice
Kane
pass
on a slash underneath.
Nice.
Backdoor feed and a reverse lay-in, Blue.
Yeah, and Blue did a great job just cutting that baseline, and Dylan found him beautifully.
3 from the left corner for Tennessee Tech. They strike again. Matthew Sells, a Division II transfer, 6'3" guard from Rickman, Tennessee, with his first points. And it's 20-16. Georgia off the mark on a 3, but not on the glass. A rebound for Big Abson, and a putback dunk is good.
Yeah, he reached back, grabbed that rebound. It had gone past him. brought it, tugged it back in, went up and dunked it.
22-16
Very
Dogs
nice.
by 6. Indeed, Justin Abson. 6'9" and 245. A transfer from Appalachian State. His hometown is Coconut Creek, Florida. Dogs by 6 over Tennessee Tech. They drive with the guard Cameron into the paint. A whistle and a foul. If the shot goes, we'll see if they count it, and they will.
Oh,
And the foul.
got some to it.
Be on Surreal again. That's his second. And Cameron to the line. Makai Cameron now with 8 points, looking for his 9th. He played his high school ball at Eagles Landing in McDonough, Georgia. Played 2 years of junior college, and he is the son of 16-year Major League Baseball veteran Mike Cameron, former All-Star with Seattle Mariners, Gold Glove winner.
He was a great player.
In fact, his brother Daz, who's in the major leagues, was just traded from the A's to the Orioles just last week. That free throw was good by Cameron. 22-19. Tight ball game here in the first 10.5 minutes on opening night. Godfrey with an opening, slides his way to the basket down the left edge of the lane, puts it up with the right hand. It hangs on the iron and falls through after a couple of bounces.
You know what? You can tell when he bumps somebody because you see their body react.
It ripples.
Yeah,
or it falls back.
They kind of fall back.
Oh, they're trying to do that against RJ now. They drive inside with big Egbunaway. He collided with Godfrey. Tennessee Tech with the ball. It got loose for a second. Egbunaway misses a three from the left slot. Offensive rebound for the visiting team. They're working outside the perimeter all night long here. They do go inside now. Egbunaway on the left block. He pivots. Dylan James is on him. Demery reaches in. Egbunaway, one more pivot and a step through and shoots it up from the right side, and it's good. Dogs moving up the floor in a hurry. They had Blue Cane open for three from the left wing, and it's no good. Tennessee Tech with a rebound. They sprint right to left, getting into the front court. They're down by 3, 24-21.
Blue having a little bit of trouble getting the rhythm on his three.
Ajiboye drops it off inside the arc to Johnson. It goes back outside. Ajiboye, right-handed dribble, inside the foul line. Pulls up, floats one up from about 8 feet away, and it's good. It's a 1 point Georgia lead now, 24-23.
And suddenly they're scoring. A lot of it's coming inside.
Demery turns it over. Tried to go bounce pass inside to Abson. They deflect and steal and lay it up on the other end of the floor.
Well, and Silas had to move out of the way.
They've taken the lead.
Yeah, Silas was back on defense. He had to move out of the way. He's got 2 fouls.
25-24 Tennessee Tech, 6 straight points for the visiting team. Georgia on offensive end. Here's Dylan James. Left-hand dribble to the foul line. On the right block to Godfrey. He muscles it up and in. That's almost 100%. He's going to score if he gets it in on the block like that.
Mostly because guys kind of move away or invited to move away. Physically invited.
26-25. Dogs by a point as we approach 7 minutes to go in the first half. Driving scoop shot, no good. And their guard goes sliding chest first into the basket support. Georgia with an advantage in the numbers. It's 5-on-4, and we drive to the hole, and a whistle and a foul on Tennessee Tech while their other guys back down on the other end of the floor. Still laying down out of bounds under the basket back here to our left. And we're going to stop play for a media timeout with 6:58 to go.
Dogs are shooting a good percentage, shooting 54%, over 54%. But what's keeping Tennessee Tech in this game is their three-point shooting. We're 1 for 8. They're 4 for 9. So they're knocking down. They're shooting almost 50% from behind the arc. And that's what's keeping them, in this game.
Dylan James goes 1 for 2 at the foul line, the 6'9 sophomore from Winter Haven, Florida. And he checks out of the contest. Full court pressure by Georgia now as we're tied. Georgia with a 2-point lead, 27-25. Tennessee Tech has struggled to get the ball in and up the floor now. Newell and LeFew were causing them fits in the backcourt defensively. Golden Eagles with the basketball. They're in purple, Georgia in home white tonight. There's a steal by Kane. Blue down the middle of the floor. They push him to the block. They'll try to arch it up and in off the glass. It won't go. Godfrey for the follow. And what they call
They
it.
call goaltending. They're going to check it. They're going to check it if the next ball's. I don't know why. If the ball's out of bounds, don't check it now. But they're going to check that. But they call goaltending.
Godfrey got the shot to go, so it's right now the scoreboard is 29-25. Georgia by 4.
I think if they give it goaltending, I think it's got to go to Blue Cane.
Three-pointer by Tennessee Tech. Sells. Tried to draw contact out beyond the arc. Missed the shot off the iron. Georgia rebounds. LeFew into the front court to Kane in the right corner. His three won't go. We're still cold from distance. And ball goes bouncing out of bounds after the rebound, and a foul on the Dogs. A push on the rebound, as a matter of fact. And it'll be Tennessee Tech's basketball with 6:09 to play in the first half. Fouls on Asa Newell, his first. Georgia's got 6 fouls. Tennessee Tech with 4 here in the opening half. Little Jalen Johnson, 6 feet 170, a junior college transfer guard into the front court for Tennessee Tech. Egbunaway gives it back to Johnson, dribbles through traffic with the left hand and throws it away. He was trying to hit Egbunaway at the hash mark here on the left side, and his pass was errant.
He made a big mistake. He took his eyes off where he was headed, looked outside, and if he'd have just looked the other way, he could have gone straight to the basket and laid it up. There was not a defender, but he didn't see that. He was looking out.
5th turnover by the Golden Eagles. Georgia has 4. Godfrey's got the ball in the paint. Dribbles it out. He dragged his pivot foot, and it's called for traveling. I was hoping they wouldn't see that, but they did.
Well,
he was trying to dribble it out of the paint area, dragged his foot on a pass to Kane.
There's so many things they don't see that we expect that. That's the thing. And of course,
you're starting early now.
These guys do a good job. They really do.
Well, you've already let them know if they need any help.
That's right. You're
here to help them out. Dogs by 4 at the moment, 29-25. And the Golden Eagles get in deep. And Ola Ajiboye at 6'8" and 210 goes up and scores from the right side. The Central Michigan transfer with 2 more points. It's 29-27. These guys are keeping it close. They were just 10 and 21 last year. Turnover by the Dogs. Here they go, off and running. Cameron's got the ball in the front court. They slow it down as our defense hustles back. They launch a 3 deep on the right side, almost to the sideline. That rims out, no good. Rebound to Georgia. Lawrence has got the ball. Crossover dribble. Pulls the ball back on his hip on that dribble. Now one-hands it over to Dakota LeFew. The Mount St. Mary's transfer drives. Pass goes to Kane. Quickly to Lawrence. Down the lane. Missed the lay-in. Asa Newell cleans it up with a rebound and a putback. Asa with a dozen points here in the first half. The Dogs leading score. Georgia by 4. 31-27. Not anymore.
Shot.
Layton. A contested shot by Blue Cane. Layton got it to go. Floated it in over our defense. And all net as it went through over the rim. So it's a 2-point lead for the Dogs again. And Georgia on offense, driving against the official's whistle to stop play. That's going to be a foul on Kyle Layton, I believe, is the call. He's the guilty party. The 6-foot sophomore guard for Tennessee Tech. 5th team foul on the visiting team. Grant Strong will check in for the first time, a 6'6" redshirt sophomore guard from Salina, Tennessee. Georgia's basketball. Demery will inbound. He's playing with 2 fouls right now. It has been most of the half. He finds Tyron Lawrence deep in the right corner. Just steps away from the baseline where he was entering the basketball. Dogs work their offensive set with 12 on the clock. Dakota LeFew for a 3. Can't get the lid off. Rebound. Godfrey, another offensive board for the Dogs. He'll work again. Spin move against the trio of defenders. Spins to the baseline. Throws it up too hard. It bounces off the back of the rim. Rebound to Tennessee Tech. Quick 3. Straight on. Good. My goodness. Stop it already. Kyle Lake with another one.
Scott, they move the ball beautifully on offense. They find that open man.
They lead 32-31 on the strength of that 3-point shooting. We're going inside to Godfrey. Across the lane to Newell. Wide open for a above-the-rim dunk for Asa Newell. He was looking down on that one as he tossed it through. 14 points for Newell. We got to get others in on the act. Georgia regains the lead, 33-31. 32 here on opening night with 3:14 remaining in the first half and the clock moving. Another three, left side. That time, Jalen Johnson, the 6-footer, missed it. He admired the miss. Georgia got the rebound.
Yeah, there was nobody on the glass for him at all.
Newell dribbles left of the paint, attacks, shot blocked by Ajiboye against Newell. Takeaway by Tennessee Tech. They feed it into the corner for a three. It's good. Grant Strong with a three. No, that was Grant Slayton, the other Grant. Ole Miss transfer. That puts his first points in the scorebook. Ball out of bounds down on the right end of the floor as Georgia's on offense. And that'll get us to a media timeout. Tennessee Tech giving us fits on the three-point ball. They lead Georgia 35-33 with a Santos back in the contest. Kane, alley-oop on the drive to Asa Newell. Perfectly executed. Newell dunks it home for the finish, and he's got 16 and a half. Tied at 35.
Wow.
Straightaway three, air ball by Kyle Layton, the 6-foot sophomore from McKinney, Texas.
We need to see more of that with their three-point shooting, and we need to start knocking down some threes.
They're just running off curls, setting screens, and shooting threes. I mean, that's their 15th three-pointer here in the first half. Not that they've made, that they've tried. They've only made 6. But Georgia's only made 1. LeFew working against his defender.
What a feed!
That was beautiful. Dribbled down right under the basket and just a little side dish hip high right to Somto, who dunked it home for the finish.
And it was no look, too.
He had a defender all over him throughout that possession. Took him right to the basket, dished it off, and Somto scored. Tennessee Tech almost travels with the basketball. They lose it on the offensive end. They recover, find Strong in the left corner. His three, nicks the iron. Picked up on the baseline by Lawrence, who got the rebound. Georgia by 2, 37-35. Lawrence drives through the paint, stops, fakes the shot, leans back, and finds Kane out on the logo. And give it back to Tyrant. Lawrence in the corner. Feeds Somto. Somto skip pass to LeFew. Right wing three. Good, he ripped it. Scana energy three-pointer by Dakota LeFew.
And that's what we're talking about. We need to start knocking down some of those.
That's his second. He's got both of our three-pointers here in the first half. And John Pelfrey and Tennessee Tech call a timeout. 1:13 in just about every possession. Good stuff by the Dogs, shooting 55% here in the first half. We have 73 seconds to go in half number 1. Tennessee Tech drives, stops on the block, pump fake, shoots high. Rodney Johnson missed it high off the glass. He tried to get it up over Somto Surreal.
Well, we altered that shot.
He might have to throw it up to the shot clock to get it over Somto. Here's LeFew, a right-handed floater along the left baseline, going towards the basket, and he knocks it home. LeFew's got 10. 2 guys in double figures here in the half. Georgia extends the lead to 7, their largest of the game. 42-35 Dogs. Tennessee Tech, here's a three. Johnson, it's good. In the left slot, just to the left of the circle, Rodney Johnson with his first 3 of the game.
And that's what's keeping them here. That's why they're able to hang around.
You're right, yeah. That's their 7th three-pointer tonight. And Mike White and Georgia are going to call a timeout with 28 seconds to go.
Based on what we saw a year ago when Mount St. Mary's came in here and what I'm seeing tonight is he's got Asa Newell in there. He's got Dylan James. He's got Blue Kane. And he's got Dakota LeFew. He's got guys that can knock down. And Tyron Lawrence. He's got guys that can knock down jump shots.
2 seconds difference on the shot clock and the game clock. We inbound it to Kane. Blue holding right now, just holding it about 3 or 4 feet inside the half-court line. Now they go into motion. Kane to his left, and he hands the ball off to Lawrence, who will dribble it on the logo with 11 seconds on the clock, 7 on the shot clock. Lawrence, left-handed dribble, curls down the left edge of the lane, stops on the baseline, turns, spin. The jumper won't go. Tennessee Tech rebounds, and they throw up a long-running 45-footer at half court. They hit the backboard to win that.
He had time for a pass ahead. He had a guy running ahead of him and get a much closer shot and just heaved it from beyond the half-court mark. But
Tennessee Tech will have the basketball to start half number 2. They'll work from left to right in this half, and they trail by 4 as we get underway. Golden Eagles with the basketball. Right corner 3, right in front of their bench. Is going to settle in there.
Wow,
good.
That looks familiar.
By Egbunaway. Daniel Egbunaway, top returning rebounder from last year, but he hits a 3 there to get the half started. That's his first of the night, their 8th of the game, and it's 42-41 Dogs. Georgia's first offensive touch. Dimry to Newell in the paint. Floats it up with the left hand, won't go. Rebound tapped, controlled by Godfrey. To Kane, he tried to put it on the floor with a dribble, bounce into the paint. He got fouled underneath the basket. That's going to be on Ola Ajiboye. That's his first of the half. And Georgia will inbound with a 1-point lead, 42-41. Lawrence dribbles it out across the logo, moves to his right, feeds down on the wing to Kane, back to Tyron Lawrence. Catches a wide pass. Newell setting a screen for him, dribbles along the three-point line, now attacks through the paint. Stretch layup attempt with the left hand off the glass, won't go. Offensive rebound. Newell. Lawrence's shot never touched iron. We got the rebound off the glass, and then Asa was trying to get something up before the shot clock expired, but unable to
Lawrence
do so.
got it up with 2.5 left, so it didn't leave a whole lot of time once Asa was able to recover it.
The Golden Eagles hanging right with the Bulldogs here on opening night. Oh, my goodness, somebody went to sleep on defense, and a backdoor bounce pass feed to Jalen Johnson.
He was wide open right at
towards
the
the
rim.
basket. He was. And he got an easy layup for the 6-footer. Kane for 3, fade away, no good. Rebound, Newell, he'll finish it with an easy dunk right underneath. Will take the 2 after missing the 3. Newell with 18. Georgia by 1, 44-43. Tennessee Tech with the basketball. Egbunaway threaded the needle with a bounce pass through the paint under the basket, and then a whistle and a foul as they were kicking it out into the left corner.
Foul and Silas.
Trying to shoot a 3. They got Dimry with number 3. First of the half. Just underway here in half number 2 with 18:15 still to play.
Oh,
the throw in is stolen.
Well, Silas did a great job. Great job. You talk about hustle. He got in the air and he deflected that pass. He just couldn't catch up to it in the back court and stepped out of bounds.
He was trying to steal the entry and just lost it off his hand out of bounds. So Tennessee Tech will have to inbound it in backcourt now. As Dimry got the tip, the deflection. He's on the floor still with 3 fouls. Yeah, he was full out sprint on that throw. Tennessee Tech's Layton working behind screens. Now lost the dribble. We double teamed him. He's able to scoop it out to a teammate for a 3. Johnson misses it from the left wing. They keep the ball alive with an offensive rebound, then turn it over. A steal by Tyron Lawrence. He's going to beat the defense down the floor and lay it up with the left hand. Tennessee Tech attacks quickly. Ajiboye missed a dunk. He got jammed. No, that's Egbunaway. Excuse me. Well, he got jammed by the rim. I'm not sure what they call unless the ball went out of bounds. I don't believe they whistled a foul. Egbunaway got jammed by the rim trying to go up and stuff it. Now the official, maybe was it an inadvertent whistle perhaps? Stephen Anderson says they're going to take a look at the video monitor. They're going to review that last play.
Yeah, that may be Georgia's basketball.
What are they going to review?
Well, I think to see whether or not Georgia touched it, but you felt like...
Will inbound with 17:40 to go here in the second half. We'll throw it along the baseline to the right of the inbounder. And Rodney Johnson caught it and almost fell out of bounds. He had a tightrope it there on the left baseline. Johnson's got it back. Big guy spinning down the lane against R.J. Godfrey. He's going to get right under the basket in the restricted area and score on a lay-in, and Godfrey fouled it. The basket is good, and that'll put him on the line for a 3-point play for Rodney Johnson, a 6'5" junior college transfer from Bryan, Texas.
Mike not happy with that call.
Free throw can tie the game for Tennessee Tech. But they'll have to wait another day. In and out, no good for Rodney Johnson, who last season was an 83% foul shooter. Not tonight to start anyway. Godfrey has it plucked from his hands. A steal by Tennessee Tech. Layton with a drive. A layup attempt. Rolls over the back of the rim. Godfrey got the rebound, and then Layton stole it right back. They attack again. Shoot it. Goes high off the backboard. Almost hit the shot clock. Godfrey rebounded it, and then they fouled.
Did you see RJ go up and get that basketball? Wow. I mean, he jumped in the air and then extended. He was well above the rim. Pull that down. Great rebound.
Georgia will inbound it, bring it up the length of the floor. Fouls on Johnson on that last play for Tennessee Tech. Georgia with the possession and only a 1-point lead with just under 17 minutes to go. Kane's entry pass down low into the post to Godfrey is tipped out of bounds by Rodney Johnson for Tennessee Tech, so the Dogs will throw it in with 16 on the shot clock. Dakota LeFew right in front of the end of the Georgia bench down to our left. Kane comes to retrieve the inbounds on the left wing. Now Blue puts it on the floor, drives into the paint, has the ball knocked high in the air out of his hands, retrieved by Godfrey. Trying to back two defenders down. He trips and falls in the paint. And I think they're going to call a foul.
They're tripping.
Yep, on Johnson. He got the leg sweep going on Godfrey. That's why he went to the floor.
Well, you said he tripped and fell. That's what he tripped on.
That's Johnson, Rodney Johnson's second foul, first of the half. He was their top returning scorer for Tennessee Tech, and this is his second year at the school. Averaged almost 11 points a game last year. Dakota LeFew for three, a Scana Energy three early in the second half. His third of the game. And Georgia by 4, 49-45. LeFew's got 13 points. Tennessee Tech in purple. They work down to the right end of the floor. Student section's been standing all night. They're trying to make some noise for Georgia. And Tech on a drive with Makai Cameron. Hangs in the air and shot puts it in with the right hand.
That was beautiful.
He banked it home. His first points of the half. He's got 13 in the game, and it's a 2-point game. Georgia by 2, 49-47. Can't pull away from these guys. Here's the Dogs working in the front court now with Lawrence. He swings the pass to LeFew between the circles. Head fake and a drive with the left hand. Switches hands with the right all the way to the rack. And a layup off the kiss is good.
All right, now we got to start tightening up on defense, Scott. You mentioned trying to pull away from these guys. We need to do that. You don't want to let a team like this hang around.
4-point lead right now. Johnson to the other Johnson. Straight on three is good. The bigger Johnson made the three after the smaller Johnson fed him the basketball. 51-50. Georgia by 1. We go inside. Godfrey rolls it over the iron from the block. There's Newell to clean it up again. Rebound and a reverse lay-in for Asa. He's got 20. 53-50. Georgia by 3. Tennessee Tech with the ball. Cameron flashes out on the logo, backs up near half court, takes a pass from the left wing. He's going to dribble in that direction. Works against Asa. Dogs in a man-to-man. Cameron's three blocked by Newell. Deflected over to Godfrey. Try to lead pass on a breakout to Newell, and Tennessee Tech was able to hustle back and deflect the ball out of bounds.
Well, it'll be Georgia's ball.
That's a good hustle by them. Quick reaction as Newell blocked the three. It went right to RJ. He broke for the basket. Asa did.
13 in the game. While in the game, they're 9 for 21, which is almost 43%. So, I mean, they're really knocking down those threes, and we've got to stop that.
They're a smaller team. They're running a lot of guys off curls and through screens, and some of our guys are getting kind of caught up in those traffic jams inside, leaving Tennessee Tech for open looks out on the perimeter. Georgia tries to extend a 3-point lead here. Throw it inside. Tipped by Tennessee Tech, but right to Asa Newell. He missed a little floater right in front of the basket. We continue to fight for the rebound. And a foul after the missed shot by Newell on Tennessee Tech.
Somto came down with it and was trying to go back up, but he just got hacked.
going to put Samto Cyril on the line, 6'11", 260, freshman from Nigeria.
I'll tell you, when he gets his hands on the basketball like that, you're not going to be able to slap it out of his hands. I mean, he is strong.
And he was too strong with that foul shot. Hits the back of the rim and bounces away. No good. Samto with 2 points tonight. That's his first free throw attempt of the evening. Ola Ajiboye picked up his 4th foul on that previous play. He checks out of the ball game now. Samto with lime green shoes stands at the foul line, leading by 3. Georgia looks to go up by 4, and the free throw rims out. No good. Went around the rim all the way.
Wow, empty possession. We should have gotten some points out of that because we had it on the breakaway, lost it out of bounds, and ended up getting nothing.
Johnson to Johnson. Drives. The little Johnson. Pump fake. No good. Off the rim. Whistle and a foul on the Dogs. And the foul on Demery. Silas picks up his 4th. So will Silas come out? Yes, he will. Blue Cane will check in for the new number 5 this year, Silas Demery. Rodney Johnson, no, this is Jalen Johnson, excuse me. He's the smaller of their 2 Johnsons. The 6-footer at the foul line, and he gets it to roll in over the front of the rim. Second foul shot, going to bounce 3 or 4 times and then kick off and roll just barely over the front iron. No good. Rebounded by Newell. So Jalen Johnson made 1, missed 1. It's a 2-point lead for the Dogs. We send it inside on a slash to Kane, cutting across the lane from left to right. The whistle blows. And what's the call? They call it offensive foul.
Hooked to get around the defender. Blue extended that arm and kind of hooked and used the force of pushing off the defender, and the official caught him.
Mike White not happy with it. He's on the floor down on the left end of the bench, and he's really giving it to the official who made the call. But they called the foul on Blue, and that ended the possession. Less than 14 minutes remaining. Tennessee Tech with the ball. They can take the lead with a 3. They drive on the baseline. They boot away into the corner. There's the 3, and in and out. No good. They missed it this time with Makai Cameron from the right corner. Dogs hustle into the front court. Kane's got the ball. Step back. Won't take the 3. Feeds it to Lawrence on the logo. Dribbles to his left. They pull on his jersey. Find LeFew in the corner. And he's going to hit a scan of energy 3 right in front of our bench. That's his 4th of the night.
That helps.
18 for LeFew. Georgia's lead is 5, 56-51. Takeaway by Samto. Dogs will try it again. Lawrence sprints into the front court, far sideline. Trying to get away from Jalen Johnson defending. Throws it up high to Newell in the paint from 10 feet. Floats it up and in with a left hand. Good. He's got 22. Georgia extends it a little bit more now. 58-51 by 7 is the lead. And John Pelfrey and Tennessee Tech won the timeout. Georgia with a surge here to take a 7-point lead, which matches their largest of the game. 12:51 to go in our contest. 58-51, Dogs lead Tennessee Tech. The visitors have the basketball.
Oh!
Cameron with a sweeping layup attempt, but Samto says, not today, my friend, as he blocks it out into the right corner near the Tennessee Tech bench. Big block for Samto.
Well, I'll tell you what, that'll discourage the next time he starts to drive down in that lane.
14 seconds on the shot clock. Samto going to guard the inbound.
Yeah, they'll be looking to see where number 6 is.
They've got the smallest guy on the floor inbounding the ball, Jalen Johnson, and Samto Cyril at 6'11" is guarding that. Waving those arms, all 6'11". He zips it across into the left corner for a 3, off balance that won't go. Lawrence gets the rebound on the run for the Dogs. Right to left, gives it to Newell, airballs a 3. Samto tried to save it underneath the basket, but he got blocked by Daniel Agbunaway, and it'll be Tennessee Tech's basketball. They're hanging around still. It's a 7-point Georgia lead.
Well, we've cut down on them nailing those threes every time down the floor. They've missed their last couple, so let's see if we can keep that trend going.
Guys in purple with the basketball. Leighton spins, twists the ball from left to right, works against Kane, takes him to the rack. Kane with an arm up trying to block his vision, but Leighton all the way to the basket and put it in for a layup. He's got double figures with 10 now, and it's a 5-point Georgia lead. 58-53, Dogs in front. Georgia has the ball. A few overhead toss to Newell. On the left side of the floor, they give it to Kane. He had 2 guys on him initially. Now 1 sags down to Newell. Asa kicks it back to Blue. He shot fakes and drives. Flips it up with a left hand. Good on the running layup. Blue Kane with 9.
You know, he's such a threat from outside that when he fakes that 3, they run at him, and he puts the ball on the floor and drives openly to the rim.
7-point Dogs lead. Tennessee Tech works inside. They kick it into the corner. Here comes another 3. No good. Almost got wedged on the left side of the iron in the backboard. But Makai Cameron's shot is off the mark, but there was a whistle and a foul.
Is that going to be a 3-shot foul? Oh, yeah.
Call that on Santo. That's his 3rd. So 3 free throws coming for Tennessee Tech first. And shot clock will be reset to 20, and Georgia will throw it in. 10:33 to go, and Georgia's lead is 5 points, 62-57. LeFew from the wing, bounce pass.
Oh, beautiful.
Through the paint.
Give and go.
To Dylan James, and he finishes with a strong dunk. James with his first field goal of the night. He's got 3 in the game, and Georgia is up by 7 again. That's been their big lead, and they've had a 7-point lead 3 or 4 times in the game. Overhead toss into the right corner to Cameron, who works against Dakota LeFew out beyond the 3-point line. 6 to shoot. Jalen Johnson drives, pulls up, short 2 on the mid-range, missed it off the rim. And Tyron Lawrence on the outlet had it picked off by Johnson. He takes it right back to the rack and lays it up. They got a steal and a quick bucket.
Yeah, we weren't looking. That's what happened. We made a pass.
We were, but Tyron wasn't.
Right. Yeah, we were looking. They weren't looking.
64-59. It's a 5-point Georgia lead. Again, we had an opportunity to go up more than 7, but turned it over, and they got points out of it. Now Georgia works along the baseline, and the whistle blows to stop play. Got a foul on Tennessee Tech, a push on Kyle Leighton. Georgia was sprinting under the basket from left to right, and Leighton right on the baseline with a push foul. That's their 6th.
Yeah, their next foul will be in the 1-and-1, so.
Georgia inbounds with Demery to LeFew. He plants and shoots a wide open 3. That's a rarity. He missed one, and it was uncontested. But the Dogs get an offensive rebound.
Boy, I'd give it right back. Yeah.
They give it to him. He gives it right back to Godfrey. He attacks. And a jump hook over 6'5" Rodney Johnson is good for R.J. Godfrey.
Yeah, he got that shoulder into him.
He likes that contact, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he bumps first and then shoots second.
He can move some people around.
Dogs 66-59 lead by 7. 9 minutes to go. Tennessee Tech with the ball. They give it right back to Rodney Johnson on a screen and roll. And the roll part left him wide open, and he finishes with a dunk for Tennessee Tech.
Mike White's not happy.
He's going to call a time. That's a 30-second time. That's the first coach's timeout, right? They called one earlier. Okay, so we'll keep it here. Only a 30-second timeout, 8:56. A couple of baskets away from the freshman debut record for a Georgia player. 66-61, Georgia by 5. Godfrey has the ball. Dribbles, right edge, spins into the paint. Spinning layup attempt right in front of the basket, off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound, Tennessee Tech. Makai Cameron dribbles into the front court for Tennessee Tech. Threads the needle, bounce pass with one hand into the paint. They kick it into the corner and miss the 3-pointer. Fight for the rebound. Won by Tennessee Tech, and a foul on the Dogs, I believe is the call. Nope.
Well,
did they call a tie-up?
Yeah, they called a tie-up in the air. And which was right. That was the right call. Now, that guy did jerk it away from him on the way down, but they had it tied up. So the officials got the call right, and the possession arrow is dogs, so Georgia gets the ball.
Jalen Johnson hustling all night long for Tennessee Tech. He's the junior college transfer. Played last year at the College of Southern Idaho. Now we got a foul to Tech as Georgia got that last possession on the possession arrow. And as they got it in the front court, Tennessee Tech commits the foul, and that puts the dogs at the line, as Chuck said, in the bonus for 1-1. Tyron Lawrence for the 1-1. Lawrence, graduate transfer from Vanderbilt, banks it in there. He hit the front of the rim and it kissed off the glass and went in for it. That's his first point of the game. Lawrence had 17 in that last exhibition against Central Florida. That free throw by the left-hander is all net. Good.
Since we don't play him this year, I'm wondering if Ty's pulling for those Commodores, because they're having a great year.
He might be. He spent all of his undergraduate time there. 68-61. Georgia in front of Tennessee Tech. The Golden Eagles have the basketball. Johnson tries to dribble, falls to one knee, keeps the dribble alive. Passes it off to Layton. He attacks and drives and lays it up and in.
I'll tell you, that was a great pass because Georgia had that crowd around that basketball. I don't know how he got it. He did, though.
Dozen points for Layton now. Their guards are impressive. Asa Newell's got it about 6 inches beyond the three-point line. He feeds Lawrence, and now Lawrence goes back to Asa on the block. Spinning jump hook with the right hand. Misses, hits the backboard. Georgia cleans it up, though, rebounds and scores on the putback. 70-63 as the Dogs build that lead back up to 7 with 7:10 to go in the game. Godfrey got the basket on the other end. Now he gets a steal and is off and running.
Look out,
basket. Showtime. A dunk. I couldn't see it. I got screened out.
Oh, yeah.
But just from the reaction, I'm assuming he dunked it.
Oh, yeah. That was a one-on-one with the basket, and the basket had no chance with RJ.
Mike White was kind of moving along with Godfrey, and right when he was going to finish the play, he was standing right in front of me. I couldn't see. 72-63, Georgia
contributing.
Two guys with double-doubles. That's pretty impressive on opening night. Tennessee Tech with the basketball. They work it around the Georgia defense. The shot clock is at 15. Makai Cameron works against Demery, who's playing with 4 fouls. They're bumping a little bit. Skips it into the corner. Spin out inside the arc. Got to shoot it. Puts it up. Banks it home along the baseline for Grant Slatton.
Yeah, give him credit. That was a nice shot because Georgia had him well defended.
Slatton, the Ole Miss transfer, redshirted last year at Tennessee Tech, did not play due to injury. He's got 4 points tonight. 72-65, Dogs with the ball. Georgia turns it over on the offensive end. Tennessee Tech will gladly take it. And now they turned it over. Oops, Abson had it, tipped away, but Demery was able to catch that loose ball. So Georgia keeps possession. Here's Silas for 3 on the right wing. That's no good. Asa Newell had the rebound. He wasn't looking. And the little guy, Jalen Johnson, kind of sneaked up behind him, stripped the ball loose as it goes bouncing out of bounds. He's unable to keep possession of it.
It's like one of those fumbles you recover and then slide out of bounds with. That's what happened there.
Yeah, Newell had it taken away. He's kind of upset at himself for letting that happen, but Georgia's going to keep the basketball, fortunately. Under 6 minutes to play. The Dogs lead is 7. Demery inbounds to LeFew in the left corner. They're absent on the wing. Straight ahead to Lawrence. Moves to his right. Hops with his dribble. Drives. Sends it along the baseline to LeFew, who hit the 3 well after the whistle. And the call is what? A foul on Tennessee Tech. They're going to call a block on the drive by Demery. And Georgia's going to be back at the free throw line. And that was on Ola Ajiboye, who just fouled out of the game. So Ajiboye fouls out, 2 points, 1 for 3 shooting, only had 1 rebound tonight. Tough night for the 6'8 junior. He's one of their bigger players, but held in check by Georgia's bigger players. Free throw won't go, out of bounds, touched out by Tennessee Tech on the rebound on the front end of the 1-and-1. So Georgia's going to have the possession.
Painful. You get your opponent to miss the free throw, and then you fight over it yourselves and fumble it out of bounds.
Demery to LeFew on the entry to Abson at the foul line. He gives it to Lawrence. He dribbled it off his foot. Ball rolls. Layton goes to the floor. Lawrence tries to tie it up.
And fouled him. He just reached in and fouled him.
I think he may have just ripped it out of his hands out of bounds.
Is that what it was?
I think so, yeah.
I thought the official pointed at him, maybe. Yep, you're right.
No foul. He tore it out of his hands, but it rolled out of bounds, touched out last by Georgia. So it's going to be Tennessee Tech's basketball with 5:35 to play. And a 72-65 Georgia lead. Golden Eagles work above the arc with Cameron. Ooh, he almost carried the ball. That dribble went high. There's Newell with a steal. He's ahead of the defense. Left-handed, one-handed. Jam! Mason Newell. He's got 24. 74-65. The lead is 9 again for the Dogs, matching the largest of the game. Crowd like that a lot. They're getting all jazzed up. Tennessee Tech for three. Rainbow shot by Cameron. Quiets the crowd with another three-pointer. He's got 3 tonight, and that gives him 18 points in the game. 74-68. We send it into Abson on the block. Baseline spin move. Puts it up with the left hand and won't go. Off the side of the rim. Rebound to Tennessee Tech. Rodney Johnson, who was defending on that play, got the rebound. Here's Layton now. He's driving on Abson in a defensive switch for Georgia. Layton still working on Abson. Drives into the paint. Nowhere to go there. Throws it to the wing. Stolen temporarily by Johnson. Now loose ball foul on Tennessee Tech.
You know what? And that was a smart foul on their part because Asa Newell was breaking out ahead of everybody. And that pass was about to head right to him, and that would have been one-on-one with a basket again.
Fouls on Matthew Sales, a 6'3 guard, the Division II transfer, a senior from Rickman, Tennessee. So in Chuck's estimation, a good foul to prevent an open basket, which more than likely would have happened for Georgia, will put Tyron Lawrence at the line for 1-and-1. Left-handed foul shooter, free throw up and in for Lawrence. Good. All of his points coming here in this half. He's got 5.
Scott, that UCF team that we beat by 34 points last week just beat Texas A&M 64-61.
Wow. Lawrence, second foul shot, all net, good. He's 4 for 4 from the line tonight, 6 points in the game. And Georgia's lead is 8, 76-68 with 4:17 to play. Tennessee Tech's got the ball. Johnson dribbles beyond the three-point line. Now inside, step back three over Abson. Good.
Oh, here they go again.
Jalen Johnson with a three. That's his first. He's got 8. They've hit 11 threes tonight. Wow. It's keeping them in the game. It's a 5-point lead for the Dogs.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that's kept them in the game tonight.
Abson misses a running layup with the left hand. It just dipped in below the rim and kicked out. Tennessee Tech rebounds. They run the floor, and we steal it on the other end with Silas Demery on a hustle play. Demery almost turned it over on the offensive end. Able to pick it up and get it over to Ty Lawrence. Oh, Lawrence almost traveled. He went up, came back down, but he dribbled the ball. He bounced the ball off to Asa Newell, who was fortunately only about 3 feet away. Officials let him keep playing with 6 to shoot. Newell catch and shoot, top of the key three, around the rim and off. Won't go. Rebound. Jalen Johnson, the 6-foot guard for Tennessee Tech. Drive inside on a hesitation play by Slatton, and he's rejected at the rim. My goodness. Did Abson or Newell get that block?
I think Newell got it. But
both guys were there. Dogs on the offensive end. Here's Silas through traffic, missing the reverse. Asa Newell with a rebound in the finish. As he scores his 26 points of the night, that ties Dominique Wilkins for the most ever by a Georgia Bulldog in their college debut.
I know Dominique pretty well, and Nick, nobody happier than Dominique that young man's having the night that he's having.
That record is held since 1979 for Dominique. Tennessee Tech on the drive from the left side, deep under the basket. They run out of real estate there. Whistle blows as they tried to distribute a pass into the corner. And what was the call? Did we foul? Yes, I think so.
We did. I think 20.
Did they call that on Lawrence?
Absent, I believe.
Well, I think he caught it on 7 because he said 5.
Oh, is that what? Okay.
Yeah, you know, the hand signals are all screwy because they can use numbers 6 through. Card today, Regions, the official bank of the SEC, and we'll recap the half in just a moment. Georgia
stole the inbounds.
Steals it. Yeah, LeFew stole the inbounds pass from Jalen Johnson. He tried to bounce it in from the right baseline to the left side of the floor. Too much traffic there. LeFew tipped it and stole it, so the Dogs have it. And now an offensive foul on Georgia. They call an illegal screen on R.J. Godfrey. That's his third. And the Dogs give it right back on the turnover. So here in the second half, both teams are shooting 50% or better. Tennessee Tech at 54%. They've hit 11 threes in the game. Georgia shooting 50%. The Dogs have only hit 4 of 18 three-pointers, but they're dominating inside in the paint. 3 ball by Johnson deep, straight on, or a little right of the circle is no good, off the back of the rim, rebounded by the Dogs. Lawrence brings it across. We work in the front court now. Tyron on a give and go to Asa Newell. Recovers on the baseline. He almost traveled. He gives it up. Lawrence has it. Attacks from the top of the key. Running layup. Won't go. Short off the rim. Rebound Tennessee Tech. Scramble for a loose ball. Still in backcourt. Bodies on the floor all over the place. Finally got tipped out of bounds. And let's see what the call's going to be. They're going to get a foul on the Dogs.
No, that's a cleanup on aisle 4 there.
Woo! That's on Godfrey again.
Well, that explains why so many bodies went flying. Because, listen, when he sets an illegal screen, it's an illegal wall. I mean, that's not a screen.
Well, his foul is Georgia's 7th, and that puts Tennessee Tech at the line for a 1-and-1 by Jalen Johnson, whose first free throw is good. He's got 11 points in the game, 10 of those here in the second half. Right-handed shooter, knuckleballed that free throw, and it rattled on the rim and fell through for him. He's got a dozen. He guards Demery after the inbounds. Full pressure in the backcourt on Silas Demery, who scrambles to get it across, and now a foul on Johnson. He was right on Demery's hip and tried to draw contact, but he committed the foul. He's trying to act like it was Demery shooing him away, but Johnson did it right in front of the officials, and they're wise to his ill-gotten gains there.
To his nefarious attempt?
Yes. So Silas at the line for the Dogs with 93 seconds to go. The lead is only 5 for Georgia. Demery, free throw, good, all net. Silas with his 3rd point of the night. Demery last year averaged right at 10 points a game. Shot 70%. A lot of free throws for Demery last season. That was his game, getting to the line.
He hit free throws at clutch times, too.
He hits a pair right there at clutch time.
He is not forgotten.
Made them both. Lead is 7 for the Dogs. 1:30 to go. Not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination here. 80-73, the way they've been hitting threes tonight. Cameron works against R.J. Godfrey. Crossover, drive on the dribble. Throws it up, going out of bounds on the left baseline, and it finds a home. It goes for Mekhi Cameron, who's got 20 points now for Tennessee Tech.
Well, they're not pressing Georgia.
5-point Georgia lead, 80-75. Less than a minute to play. Demery with the ball just inside the half-court line. And Cameron knocked it away. Demery falls down. Ball rolls out of bounds. They whistle a foul on Cameron. Mekhi Cameron with his first of the game. He thought he had a steal. He knocked the ball out of his dribbling hand, and then Demery fell to the ground. The official was right there and called the foul.
And you're putting a good clutch free throw shooter back at the line.
And for 2, automatic now. That's their 10th team foul. So 2 shots for Demery, who just made 2 on the previous possession. Silas spins the ball, launches it in the air, finds the front of the rim, no good. He'll get one more. Try to give the Dogs a 2-possession lead here with 53 seconds to play. Ball's in the air, and the free throw is good. He hits 1 of 2, 81-75 Dogs. So Georgia by 6 with 50 seconds to go. Clock moving, and Tennessee Tech just now getting into the front court. Johnson dribbles to his left, through his legs, and finds Cameron on the wing, guarded by Tyron Lawrence. Tried to drive and stop, almost collapsed, but kept the dribble. Now he's curling to the basket down the lane, and his layup attempt hangs on the back of the basket and bounces away. No good, but he got fouled by Lawrence. 2 on Lawrence now. 18 fouls on Georgia. Going to be a 2-shot foul for Cameron, though. He was in the act, so he's going to go to the line, get 2 shots here. 35 seconds to play, 35.4. And Georgia's lead is a mere 6 points. Cameron, right-hander, launches the free throw, too deep off the back of the rim, no good. Cameron's played well, 7 of 10 from the field. He's got 20 points, 3 rebounds, but he's 3 for 5 from the foul line. Second attempt, that one's good. 21 for Cameron. He's their leading scorer. They've got 4 guys in double figures. Georgia to throw it in, up 5, 81-76. They double in the backcourt of Lawrence. He skips it along the baseline to Demery, to Newell, middle of the floor at half court. Across to Lawrence in the front side. That's the way you break the press. And a foul on Tennessee Tech. Johnson stops the clock with that foul, and that'll send Georgia to the free throw line for 2 shots with only 25 seconds remaining. Jalen Johnson with his 3rd foul, and that'll put Ty Lawrence.
He's the smaller.
Yeah, the little Johnson. I think, well, we'll just leave it there. Ty Lawrence misses the free throw. It's become contagious now. Silas missed one on the previous trip. Now Lawrence, who is a very good free throw shooter, misses that attempt. His first of the night. He had been 4 for 4. 81-76. The left-hander from Vanderbilt puts it up and in. Good. 82-76 Dogs. 23 seconds to go. Tennessee Tech needs a pair of threes to tie at this point. Layton dribbling and trying to drive. LeFew right on him. Now lets him go. He floats all the way down to the basket and lays it up and in for 2. But they're 4 back. 12 seconds to play. Demery looks to throw it in. Whistle just before we threw it in, and Tennessee Tech calls a time. No, Georgia called a time. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Mike White wanted a time. It looked like Demery
It'll be a 30-second.
He was struggling a little bit. Georgia will host Texas Southern in 6 days. Georgia to throw it in with Silas Demery. Sells will guard the basketball. Silas runs the baseline, finds Asa Newell in the corner. Back to Demery. Quickly, he's fouled under the basket. 9.7 seconds to go, and foul in backcourt under that basket. So he'll walk the 94 feet to the other end. Not the full 94, because he's going to stop at the free throw line. 2 shots coming for Silas Demery. Mike White says everybody else back off the foul lane. It'll just be Tennessee Tech's players on the lane, with Demery shooting 2. Fouls on Cameron to stop the clock at 9.7. Dogs up 4. Silas hits a pair, and he's got a chance to do that. Number 1 rattles home good. If he hits that pair, meaning the second one here, Georgia will lead by 6 with 9.7 to play in the game. Second foul shot from the right-hander Demery. Gonna roll off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Tennessee Tech. Cameron's got the ball, deep straight on 3, won't go. Side iron, rebound Demery, 2 seconds, 1 second, ball game. Georgia winner, 83-78. They hang on, Chuck.
That was a little tougher than I thought it was going to be.